Ladies and gentlemen, children of the interwebs out there, Sebastian Envy, strong style cinephile, one half of the reigning, defending MPW tag team champions, of course. Now, a lot of Marvel news was dropping today, and one of the tidbits was a first trailer for the upcoming Sony-produced Madame Webb. Now, we know that Sony is just mining these sort of side characters of Spider-Man, these sort of Spider-Man adjacent characters to make films out of, to success when it comes to Venom, which is now on to its third one, which I watched the first movie. I fell asleep multiple times trying to watch the second one. Morbius, I think I fell asleep on that one too. To Craven, which doesn't look like it's trash. It looks like it's a lot of elements to it have been done before, but it doesn't look terrible in it. And now to Madame Webb. So let's geek about it for a scant few minutes. So the trailer brings us Dakota Johnson's Cassandra Webb. She's a paramedic who has apparently powers to see the future and ties to the Spider-Verse. It also features Sydney Sweeney as Julia Carpenter, who we all know as Marvel's second Spider-Woman, Celeste O'Connor as Maddie Franklin, the third Spider-Woman, and Isabella Merced as Anya Corazon, who's also known as Arana. And we see the characters in costume with their powers at certain points in the trailer, so I'm kind of wondering how that's going to play out in the film. We see that there's some Spider-Man-ish looking baddie that's I'd seen some people in the comments on the message boards and on the comments of the YouTube talking about the cheapness, the CW-ness looking villain, as well as the trailer as a whole, and just bagging on it because it's like it's a female-led movie. Which, I mean, are we still at that point where we're just bagging on a movie because it's got women in the lead? Like, I don't know. But something happens to her, and she kind of like is resuscitated and has powers to apparently see the future. And she, she sees that this baddie is going after these young girls. Don't know why. That's the thing. It's figuring out why, what ties them all together, and then going from there. That's basically what we know. Visuals were okay from what we saw in the trailer. Like I said, we see like a shot of Julia as, you know, masked up Spider-Woman, and we see the others exhibiting some powers and stuff, so I'm kind of curious as to how much of that is going to happen. And I mean, I'm curious enough, I guess, to see where they're going to go with it. And they're ever expanding, like I said, Spider-Man adjacent sort of world that they're building. Are they going to try to tie this into Morbius? Are they going to try to tie this into Craven or Venom or Spider-Man? Whatever they get around to making another Spider-Man movie remains to be seen. One thing I'm kind of disappointed when the hack to Sony's email servers happened, and then we saw these emails talking about these Spider-Man adjacent projects, and there's going to be like an Aunt May prequel, which is such a stupid idea. The Silver and Black, I think it was called, but the movie that was going to have Silver Sable and Black Cat. Now that one, I was super interested in kind of seeing what they were going to do with that, and I'm hoping they circle back around to it at some point, because it's Silver Sable and Black Cat. I'm on board for that project. But here we are, Madame Webb. I'm curious as to what it does at the box office. I'm sure it's gonna get, I don't know, it's just, I don't know if I'm just being contrarian in the fact that I want to see it, I want it to do well, to just offset the people that are just bagging on it because it's a female-led movie. The Marvels, I've seen some people say that the Marvels is good, some people I trust, friends of mine say Marvels is good, so I want to go out and see it, but then you see the reviews of it, you see people like just enjoying the fact that it's tanking at the box office seemingly, and it's like people have hated Brie Larson since she was cast as Captain Marvel. So again, is that a Brie Larson thing, or is that just dudes are just like I said, we're still on this, oh my god, it's women at the forefront of this movie, it means it's bad. Like, it just, people that are just against diversity and representation, and those things are just terrible, evil words to certain segments of the population. I mean, it's like, are we still there? Are we still, and it's like, I don't know if I'm properly, if that makes me on some levels able to properly judge a movie, because it's like, am I liking this movie because it's good on its face, or is it because all these basement dwelling dude bros over here are bagging on it because it just has women in it, and I'm just being contrarian to that, so I'm sympathetic to the movie and maybe overlooking some stuff that I would otherwise complain about or knock it for. I'm not, because I'm mentally just dead set on being against these idiots over here. So it's an interesting sort of conundrum that you can find yourself in when going to these movies and judging them. Remains to be seen how this movie turns out. I'm curious enough from this trailer to want to go see it, more than anything really, just to see how much Julia Carpenter suited up Spider-Woman action we get in it. Outside of that, I don't know. It's supposed to be like a standalone type of film, and even it's described in the official synopsis. In a switch from the typical genre, Madame Webb tells the standalone origin story of one of Marvel Publishing's most enigmatic heroines. The suspense-driven thriller stars Dakota Johnson as Cassandra Webb, a paramedic in Manhattan who may have clairvoyant abilities. Forced to confront the revelations about her past, she forges a relationship with 3 young women destined for powerful futures, if they can all survive a deadly presence. So they call it like a standalone origin story, so it doesn't seem like it's going to have the traditional origin story beats, which really could be a good thing. A lot of people are just kind of tired of that. Tired of the origin story formula. Like, a lot of people are saying that Blue Beetle was good outside of its leaning into the origin story tropes that we have seen so many times before. So maybe this story could do something a little bit different as they bring us a fresh new character that we need to learn about and find out the origins of. I mean, it could be a good thing. Could be something different if people are open to it and not just bagging on it because, hey, there's chicks in it and they're doing stuff and they're beating up a male villain. Like, it's, I don't know. It looked interesting to me. So that's where I'm at with it. How it lands with the public, how it lands at the box office remains to be seen. We'll all find out together. But anyway, those are my thoughts on it. Scattered as they often are. What do you guys out there think? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me on social media. Talk to me there. Talk to me here. Until next time, let us get